Hello, welcome back. I'm RealCopStoriesVideos.com. Over 370 cop stories. Look them up. 7, 8, 9 minutes. All the things you can think about. I have a lot of vice ones in there, so it's gross alerts. A lot of naked people, naked women, naked guys doing weird things. You'll love them. Look them up, please. Also, in addition to that, over 200 question and answers. So if you ask me a question, I'll text you back, and then we'll use them here on videos. So you want to ask me a question, email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com. Okay? Okay, thank you. Now we're continuing a question here that came up about how to get into the academy, and once I got there, what's it all about? Okay, so the last video was I was showing how I got here. Okay, Vietnam, taking the exam in the combat zone, and taking all the stuff needs to get in here. So now you get a postcard. Everything's by postcards. I completed the psych tests. We have to be psychologically sound. Strange, but true. Then you take your complete physical, hearing, eyes, everything. And then once that's all done and everything's ready to go, they start your background check. As soon as they finish all that, and you're going to get a date for the academy, they start your background check. Okay, and that background check, I tell you, can go up through including the entire academy. Academy's 6 months at the time, and beyond. Okay, because 6 months the academy in those days, and then 6 months probation. So 1 year when you start the academy, and then you're a regular officer. So that 1 year in those days, it might have changed now. I think it did change. They're doing your background check. Okay, and I found out now it's even more strict because now they're looking at other things than they looked at in the old days. Now they're looking at financial problems because some officers come on and they get a nice job and then they start charging things, and all of a sudden they're way over their head and they're getting bankruptcy and all that. They don't want that either. We're supposed to be responsible adults here, so they're doing that now. But in the old days, it was basically this. Remember now, this is 1971. They're looking for arrest records. They're looking for narcotic usage. They're looking for tickets. They're looking for dishonesty. That's probably the number one thing they're looking for is dishonesty. Because when you put your application in and they ask you to put down contacts, and they don't mean like your mom and dad. Okay, they want work contacts, neighbors, and friends. And I think I had like a dozen in there. I came from a local Marine base, so I put in 2 of my supervisors on the base that were still there. I knew they were there. And I called them and said, "Can I do this? Because I don't want to." And they said, "Oh, absolutely," because they really liked me, so that was fine. One was from Vietnam. I served under him in Vietnam. Great guy, first sergeant. They were good. And I had my neighbors, of course, my parents, and my friends, and other. I work for an electric company. I put in that supervisor because I want them to get They told us we need a picture of you, a full picture. So that starts. Okay, about the same time you get that postcard. I'll tell you about in a minute. Is when they start the background. They don't want to start anything unless you've been approved to start the class. Now in those days, the first day of class at the academy, you were employed by the city and you were going to get paid. Now nowadays, they don't pay you until you graduate. Okay, I don't know why they changed that. It's up to the city and whatever. So so they're hired someone. They want to make sure they have an employee that they can trust and hire and all that for the long term. And remember now, even though the police department don't hire anyone, the city actually hires the people. But the department's looking beyond this. The city, I get on a side road here, side thing. The city hires, they hire, gardeners, tree trimmers, street sweepers. They hire thousands and thousands of people. And they come and go all the time. Well, firemen and police are kind of unique, okay, because the fire department hierarchy and the police department hierarchy are looking far ahead. They're looking for this employee, you or me, to stay for the long run, at least 20 years. They're not looking to just use you to trim trees for a summer and then you're gone. Oh, no. Why? Because it's too much of an investment. 6 months of teaching, you get college credits, you get all this stuff, you come out what they call post-certified, which is, I think it's Police Officer Standards and Training, which is state certified certification. And you can go anywhere in the state, and pretty much anywhere in the country once you leave our academy. It's like 3 or 4 academies in California that once you graduate, one's a Highway Patrol and a bunch of other ones, that post certificate I'm telling you about, you can take that anywhere in the state and get a job just about. And I know we found out later on, I'll tell you another story later on, that you can take it probably anywhere in the country because you've gone through a accredited world class, we consider of course, academy, along with all the other ones that big departments in our state. Okay. Anyway, so I got a sidetrack there. So they invest for the future. Okay, so you get your postcard, several postcards. There's one to go take your psych test. You pass that. Next one's go get your physical. Next pass, all these postcards flying everywhere. Okay, so it just said there, Start date, December 27th, 0500 hours at the academy. Dress business attire, and that's it. So I look at the car like I almost had a heart attack. I knew it was coming, but oh yeah, but it's a pipe dream. All of a sudden there it is. I'm starting Monday morning. Oh my gosh, So I live 40 miles from the academy. So, the weekend before, I get in my hopped up Chevy and I take off to see how long it takes me to get there and where the heck am I going. I've never been there before. Okay, and this academy happened to be up by one of the baseball stadiums. Okay, so I drive up there. It takes me about on a good day that I'm not speeding, a good 40 minutes. And if at 4:30 or 4:15 in the morning, even nowadays you can make pretty good distance on that morning. Okay, so anyway, so I check out the place. Where am I going to go? I walk around, and this academy, like several of the other ones, ours is unique because ours pretty much goes 24 hours a day. Some of the other academies when they have an academy class, their classrooms are open, shooting range where they go to is open, and a couple of things. And then when there isn't an academy classes, the whole place shuts down. Okay, ours doesn't shut down because on our facility, not only do they train recruits, there's 4 shooting ranges in there, shotgun and 3 pistol ranges, and then there's a track. In those days they had 2 tennis courts, gymnasium, full gymnasium, racquetball courts, basketball, jacuzzi, sauna rooms, workout rooms. It's a complete facility. Because why? Because a lot of guys, in fact, later on when I got off sidetrack, at midnight or 1:30 in the morning, I'm too wired to go to sleep. My hours have shifted. I sleep till noon and 1, then I go to work at 6. So you can see the whole thing shifts. So I get up at 1:30. I was playing heavily into racquetball. I just go up to the academy. I'm still dirty from work. I throw on some clothes in the gym, and I play racquetball with one of my partners for an hour. I get nice and hot and sweaty and run around. Then we take a shower, go home, and I sleep like a baby. So this happens all the time. So the academy is constantly. So I'm there on a Sunday afternoon, checking out the place. I'm coming here Monday, and there's police cars going by, and I'm like, whoa. Remember now, this is what I wanted to be my whole life. So I see active policemen going by, and and SWAT guys driving away in SWAT vans, and I'm like, wow, this is the real deal here. Like when in the Marine Corps, I didn't have that. Marine Corps, I went in, you get in a bus, you go to boot camp, you get out, and they start yelling at you, and the next 12 weeks you're in a freaking daze. But this is like my future. I chose this profession over the Marine Corps. I gave up warrant officer. I gave a lot of things to come here, and now it's the real deal. I know I'm not getting off early. This is what happened. So I'm looking around and think, wow, the first thing that struck me was this place is not closed. It's Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Guys everywhere. Helicopter flies over. I don't know where he's going. I know now where he's going, but I mean, it's like weird. Okay, so then I go home. And tell you before, I'm the only male in a 3-daughter family. My mom, when I told her I was going to the Marine Corps, her head exploded. Then I told her I got my Vietnam orders. Her head exploded again. And then I came back and told her I was going to be on the police department. And of course, she had a heart attack. Okay, she changed positions in her body. Okay, I don't know. Of course, my dad just sat there and just beamed the whole time because that's his only boy, and his boy is doing what he's supposed to do. Okay, anyway, so I lived at home first time. Get ready. Here I go. Okay, I'm early, of course. I get there at 4:30. I'm ready to go. A bunch of other guys get there at 4:30. We don't know each other. We're all meeting in the parking lot. And about 4:45, somebody screams from up there and going, "Uh-oh, here we go." It's a troop handler, they call him, a policeman. You have 2 guys that are assigned to our class, so they're yelling, you guys will be here all day. Not like it was in the Marine Corps, which was a series of F-bombs. This is basically, get up here right now. It's just yelling without any kind of, just to be firm, just to let you know that, hey, let's go. So we go up to the gymnasium, and we line up according to height. Tallest guys on one end and down the other side. Then now 5 o'clock comes, and 5 o'clock in 1 second, they come in. We're all standing there looking at it. We're standing at attention. I found out later on there was 35 of us there. 34 were ex-military, and about half were Vietnam vets. The other half were, I don't really call it that, but they're Air Force, Coast Guard, military, but not really like Army and Marine Corps guys who are just coming out of combat. Okay, it's a whole different thing there. But anyway, I'm bragging. I know, but I am. So I'm used to people coming in and F-bomb me. I'm in there, people giving me racial slurs. I'm people calling me, even though I'm Hispanic, I don't call myself Hispanic, I'm Mexican. There's no such country as Hispania. Okay, but anyway, I'm Mexican. So they're calling me Dago, Spic, French Canadian, Hawaiian, Alaskan. I'm used to that kind of like, whoa, here it comes. These guys are just, all right, what are you here for? Okay, and he starts just basically yelling what's gonna happen. And they tell us, you don't have to listen to this if you don't want to. They kept saying, that door's open, you can leave anytime. See, the Marine Corps couldn't do that, okay? They're telling you, this is the real deal. If you don't like it, out that door. In those days, back up a little bit. In those days, all the court systems in the county had marshals. Okay, they switched to sheriffs in about probably the mid '80s, but they had marshals, which are like sheriffs, but they're only court officers. Okay, they're in uniform and everything, and so that in the eyes of these guys, that's the lowest law enforcement you could do, other than being maybe a crossing guard. Okay, so they would say the door's open, and by the way, the marshals are hiring. Whoa, okay, that's like, okay, we're here, and of course in our eyes, the sheriff and other agencies are here. And then the marshals are down here. I mean, it's like they think, obviously they have to think they're the best because they're going to ingrain in us that please boast and please brag and please do the best you can. Okay, not that we're the best. Everybody's going to, we're all doing law enforcement work anyway. So that's what he's doing. Big change. If you don't like it, leave. And they weren't doing F-bombs. They weren't racial stuff. It was just strict yelling, get in place. What are you doing over here? Come on, stupid. Things like that was just to get you going because I'll tell you later why they did this. Okay, but right now, and me, it's like, I'm like, okay, there was, I think it was 4 Marines there, and the rest were Army, and then a majority of Army, a huge bunk of Army, and then of course, the other half was a mix of different military people. So, this is not, I found out later on when we had our first breakfast break, the Marines were all got together and we're just laughing because this is nothing. This is nothing, because did they hit you? Did they, no, this is, anyway. So you line up, do roll call, and then they inspect you. And you're in suits, everybody's in suits. Well, I don't know whether I think I made a mental error here because I cut my hair cut short. I was ready to go. I mean, I was clean shaven. One guy came with a mustache. Oh, why would you do that? Why would you do that? When I went in the Marine Corps, there was a guy with hair down to here, a surfer. Yeah, well, they made fun of him. I'm getting on a sidle here. I'm going to tell you what happened to him in the Marine Corps. We're in line to get haircuts. 80 of us. We're literally right in front of each other, stacked like this all the way down. They walked on the line, the drill instructors. They're looking for someone. They found that surfer. I call him a surfer. White guy, Caucasian guy, long hair. Pull him out of the rank, take him into the barber. And we're lined up on a wall, and then you make a turn to go into the barber's door. You're all lined up there. And all you can see is the back of the head of the guy in front of you. That's how close you are. Okay, they got to pack 80 guys in. And of course they're yelling at bombs and stuff. Okay, fine. All right, now if you have a mole in your head, point to the mole and tell the barber sir, I have a mole in my head, and he'll make sure he doesn't cut it off. Well, I had a mole in my head. He cut that son of a gun right off. Okay, it doesn't really mean anything. Okay, I mean, I walked down there, blood poured down the back of my head. So did many other guys, but it's just whatever. Okay, so anyway, we hear the thing going. They have like 4 barbers in there because you got to get through 80 guys, and there's also 4 platoons of 80 guys. They're all getting there's 320 of us going through this. 4 squads in a platoon, or 4 platoons in a company. Anyway, so what do? I can hear and I hear the drill instructors laughing. Okay, then they bring them out and they put them. We're lined up this way. Okay, here's the door. If I'm here, the door's right here. They bring him out and put him on the other side of the door, facing the line. They did a swath this wide down the center of his scalp, okay, down to his skull, got his hair, and went up here and put a rubber band on it. So you could see through his head. He looked like an onion, okay? He looked like an onion. And he's sitting there, of course, he's a white guy. I say white, I mean Caucasian. His face is all red because, and you see blood coming down the side because obviously he took off one of the moles in there. It's like, oh my gosh. And so the drill sergeant's standing here, and he's looking, he's literally right here. As you come up, as the first guy goes in to get a haircut, you're up next, like shark's teeth. And he's right here. Don't you be laughing. And you look at this guy, and you go, don't laugh. And it's like, oh my God. Everybody's trying to keep him laughing because you can't see the guy until the guy in front of you goes away, and then you're staring right at this guy, and he's got this look on his face, like, because they just did him, okay? So back to the morning of. So I made a mistake. I had sideburns down to my ears, which I wore all the time. And being Latin, I think I'm some kind of, macho guy, whatever. Man, they got to me. Now, remember now, the tallest guy's first. So I'm the 3rd guy down the line. Oh, you think you're Elvis? What's that? I'm going, oh, it just hit me. Shoot, because I wanted to make sure didn't want to have anything wrong. I didn't want to be singled out. There's 35 guys, but man, it gets real narrow in that locker room or in that, So he goes, really? I want to see that tomorrow. And then he goes, oh, and he stopped away, and he's the guy next to me. Oh, you got a mustache. What are you, a hippie? Oh my God, it's just like, get rid of that tomorrow. I want to see it tomorrow. Oh man, I wanted to shave that afternoon. I just felt so bad because I was ready. I screwed up. Oh, okay. Anyway, can you imagine I'm thinking that 50 years later? It's amazing. But anyway, so that was the first day. You line up and they start telling you what you're going to be doing, all this good stuff. And I'll stop here because I'm getting a signal. I'm running out of time. But you see what's starting here. It's kind of like a mini Marine Corps boot camp, only really mini. If the Marine Corps boot camp is this high, that academy is about right here. Okay, it's okay. It isn't Marine Corps, okay, but it's all right. It's very good. It's very good what they do. Okay, so anyway, so I hope you see that, and we'll continue next time, okay? Hope you enjoyed that. Bye-bye.